Raise your hand if you have ever woken up at 3 am with a thought spiraling in your head that you couldn't stop. Yeah, me too. All of us have. Today, I want to talk about something nobody really teach us: how to deal with the noise in our minds. Because here's what I know: you can have the perfect job, the perfect life on paper, and still feel trapped by your own thoughts. Here's what nobody tells you: your brain is not trying to hurt you, it's trying to protect you. Negative thoughts are your brain scanning for danger. That's insane survival instinct. The problem is that your brain can't tell the difference between a lion chasing you and your boss sending you an email with no greeting. So the answer isn't to silence your mind. The answer is to change your relationship with it. Negative thoughts are a natural part of being human. Every person on this planet experiences them. The problem isn't the thought itself. It's when we believe it, repeat it, and build our identity around it. Science tells us we have anywhere from 60,000 to 80,000 thoughts per day, and studies show that for most people, up to 80% of those are negative. That's not weakness, that's your brain trying to protect you. But left unchecked, it becomes a prison. You don't have to control your thoughts, you just have to stop letting them control you. Today, I'm going to give you a simple science backed method that works for anyone. Whether you are dealing with anxiety, self doubt, grief, or just a rough week. 6 steps to break the negative pattern. First step: name it, don't feed it. When a negative thought appears, don't fight it or run from it. Simply name it. Say out loud or to yourself, this is anxiety or this is self doubt. Naming activates your prefrontal cortex and immediately reduce the emotion's power. Action right now. Think of a recent negative thought. Say, I notice I'm feeling. Not I am. I know. I notice I'm feeling. Let me explain it super simply. The main idea: your thoughts are not you. You are the person watching the thoughts, not thought itself. The simple difference: imagine you see a cloud in the sky. Don't have to say I am the cloud. You say I see a cloud. Same with thoughts. Wrong way, I am a failure. Right way, I notice I am feeling like a failure. That tiny change create distance between you and the thought, and distance equal to power. More real life examples. At work, wrong way, I am so stupid, I made a mistake. The right way, I notice I am feeling like stupid. I notice I'm feeling stupid right now. About the future, wrong way, I am going to fail. Right way, I notice I'm feeling scared of failing. When stressed, I am a mess. Instead of say this, I notice I'm feeling overwhelmed at this moment. Why does this work? 3 simple reasons. Reason number 1, it's temporary. Saying I am feeling means it can pass. Saying I am feels permanent and stuck. Reason number 2, you became the observer. You step outside the thought and just watch it, like watching rain through a window. It's there, but it can't soak you. Reason number 3, your brain calmed down. Scientists prove that naming an emotion reduces its intensity by almost 50% immediately. Try it right now. Think of one negative thought you had today. Now say it like this out loud. I notice I am failing right now, and that is okay. Feel the difference. That small moment is where healing begins. Step 2, to break negative pattern. The 478 interrupt. Your body and mind are connected. When you are stuck in a negative spiral, your nervous system is in fight or flight mode. You must physically interrupt it. Breathing is the fastest way in. It's the only automatic body function you can also consciously control. Action right now. Breathe in 4 counts, hold for 7, out for 8. Do this just once. Feel the shift. That's your reset button. Step 3. Question the story. Most negative thoughts are stories, not facts. Your mind present them as truth. About they are just interpretations. Let me explain you about Byron Katie. Who is Byron Katie? Byron Katie is the American author and speaker. Byron Katie, what is her story? In 1986, Byron Katie was suffering from very deep depression for many years. She could not get out of bed, hated herself completely, was drowning in the dark negative thoughts. Then one morning she had sudden realization. My suffering is not coming from my thoughts, it's coming from believing them. Just that one realization completely changed her life. What did she create? She created a simple method called the work. It has just 4 questions that you can apply to any negative thought. Take this negative thought. Nobody likes me. Is this true? Can you absolutely 100% know it's true? How do you feel when you believe this thought? Sad, lonely, hopeless? Who would you be without this thought? Free, peaceful, just normal? This single question create a crack in the wall. Just this 4 question and the thought loses its power completely. In short, Byron Katie teaches it's not the situation that hurt you, it's what you think about the situation, and you always have a choice to believe that thought or not. Action right now. Take one negative belief and ask, is this definitely true? What's the evidence against it? Write one answer down. Step 4. Reframe, don't deny. Positive thinking that ignores reality doesn't work. Reframing does. The difference, reframing find the truth in a more helpful direction. I am a failure becomes I am tired something hard and learned what doesn't work. Both can be true. One destroy, one builds. Let me break it down super simply. What does reframe means? Reframe means same situation, new angle, like a photo frame. Same photo, different frame. It looks completely different. Your situation doesn't change, but the way you say it change everything. Old thought, I mess up. This thought feels like permanent, hopeless, like it will never change. Now fill in the blanks. New reframe. In this past I have struggled with, and that show me I care about. How to fill it? First blank, what specifically did you struggle with? Think honestly, not everything, something is specific. In the past, I have struggled with staying focused at work. Second blank, why did it bother you? If you didn't care, it wouldn't hurt. The pain shows you care about doing a good job and being responsible. The most important thing is struggling with something doesn't make you broken. It means you are trying at something that matters to you. A person who never cares never struggles. Your mess up are actually proof of your effort. Step 5. Anchor to the present. Negative thought live in the past regret or future fear. Right now, in this exact second, you are okay. Use the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding method to be yourself into the present moment where healing actually happens. Text me in the comment section 5 things you see. Look around slowly. Name the 5 things your eyes can see right now. Example, first, a white wall. Second, my phone screen. Third, a water bottle. 4, a window. 5, my own hands. Why it works? Your eyes are now scanning reality, not your imagination. Brain shift from danger mode to present mode. 4 things you can touch. Touch the 4 things around you. Feel the texture. Example, the floor under my feet. It feels cold and hard. My abaya. It feels soft. A pillow. It feels smooth. Why it's work. Physical touch sends a direction signal to your nervous system saying, I am here, I am real, I am okay. Three things you hear. Close your eyes, listen carefully, name a three sound. Example, fan running in the room. Second, birds outside the window. Third, my own breathing. Why it's work. Listening require attention. You literally cannot spiral in the thoughts while activate listening. Two things you smell. Take a slow breath. What do you smell? Example, my coffee or tea nearby. Second, fresh air from the window. It works. Smell is the most powerful sense. Connect to your brain. Calms. One familiar smell can instantly reduce panic. One thing you taste. What taste is in your mouth right now? Example, a toothpaste from morning. Second, water I just drank. Third, food I recently ate. If you feel nothing, drink one sip of water slowly and really feel it. Why it works. Taste bring you the most immediate present moment possible. Nothing is more right now than what is in your mouth. After this, your heart rate slow down, mind become quiet and body relax. The truth, your mind can take you anywhere. Past, future, fear, regret, but your five senses only exist in one place. Here, right now. When you use your sense, you come to home yourself. Action right now. Name five things you see. 4. You can touch. 3. You can hear. 2. You can smell. 1. You can taste. You are here. That's enough. Step offering yourself compassion. Research by Dr. Kristen Neff shows that self-compassion, treating yourself the way you treat a good friend, is more effective than self-esteem. For long-term healing, you don't need to earn kindness from yourself. You need it most when you fail. You deserve at least. Action right now. Put your hand on your heart and say, this is hard. I am not alone in feeling this. This may I be kind to myself right now. These steps wouldn't delete every hard feeling, but they will break the pattern. Name it, breathe it, question the story, reframe, anchor, and be kind to yourself. You can do all 5 in under 2 minutes. That's it. That's the whole method. The mind that one felt like your cage can become your greatest place of peace. But it starts with one moment. It's one. Choosing to respond instead of react.